already said he's a total stunt muffin.
Vanilla?
But that's why we have to fly now. It will make us seem way more attractive, girlfriend.
Vanilla!
Oh, shut up! My tatas are like ginormous.
Freaking! God. No. Nighty night, Whyboy. Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! I'm gonna die. I'm gonna suffocate to death. Let me out! Let me out! God! Well, I might as well review Alpha and Omega while I'm here. I don't know whether it's the lack of air, the shock that I'm going to die, or the fact that this was recommended to me by a fan of mine, but I decide to review Alpha and Omega. Goody.
Today's film is by the folks at Crest Animation, the studio who, after absorbing Rich Animation Studios, famous for the Swan Princess movies, came up with Alpha and Omega as their first movie, and it still remains as the studio's most notable on their resume. To say simply, Alpha and Omega falls into the trap of having to be compared to the numerous other cookie-cutter Romeo and Juliet animated movies, like Romeo and Juliet and Sealed with a Kiss, that had been popping up around the time like wooden ducks.
So, does this film bite? Well, it's not like I've seen this movie 5 times before doing this review. Okay, let's review Alpha and Omega.
Now the movie poster looks pretty good, utilizing levels and distance to make the cover look busy but not cluttered, and Alpha and Omega on the front stand proud and tall, greeting a very bold image that draws you towards picking up the movie. But does that mean that you should pick up this movie? We start off in the woods with the Paramount Pictures logo, with the rocks and trees with a slight cel-shaded style to them, which makes them pretty to look at but not memorable in the least. And in these Paramount woods we meet the Omegas, led by their leader Humphrey, played by Justin Long. And they are partaking in the classic wolf activity, bark surfing.
Guys, we're not moving.
How did they hold on to it without thumbs?
We also get to meet our alphas, the main character Kate, and her sister Lily, who's not a main character, played respectively by Hayden Panettiere and Christina Ricci, who are play hunting.
Omegas don't play like this! You can't escape the greatest alpha ever! Well, I just did.
Would have used a louder sound effect, but good effort. Kate and Humphrey then meet up in an extremely
silly, pointless, and unsettled love spin,
which proves that love can do many great things. Like screw with physics because they are flying in a completely different direction, even though by their trajectory, they should have collided head on.
Okay, whatever, I guess I'll go jump in the lake then, how about that?
Kate is then called by her father, Chief Danny Glover, aka Winston. She tells Humphrey that she'll be away for the whole winter at Alpha School, which doesn't bode well for Humphrey's bone.
I know you're Kate's friend, Humphrey, but by next spring, she will be a trained Alpha, the future leader of the pack. No doubt you'll be a clever Omega. Learn to keep the peace. And Humphrey, remind us all to have fun.
AKA, stop staring at my daughter's ass, you creep.
But alphas and omegas can't make... how do you say it? That's our custom.
Right. Customs. Right.
One winter later, spring arrives and everything is happy and sunshiny, and Humphrey and the Omegas are doing the exact same thing.
Hey, whoa! Take a left, 30 degrees!
Whoa, this won't be great for the video game. Humphrey then notices Kate has returned from Alpha School and is showing off her sick moves once again while hunting for caribou. And his dog bone gets a little excited. But his pals, whose name I don't remember, so I call them asswipes, tell him to keep it in his pants, because there was plenty more on the menu.
Carrions.
Back with Kate's hunt, some eastern wolves show up and spoil her hunt. Run away! It's a Lion King homage! Ripple! Staying deaf!
Holy...
Caribou!
After a few more bullcrap flips and such, Kate saves the eastern wolf from being trampled. And how is this rewarded?
What's your problem? You stupid eastern dog?
Hello?
I sense racism!
What?
I'm sorry, Whyboy.
Hey, forget that! Harold, I'm inside a box!
Oh, sorry, Whyboy. I'm in the depths of space, so I can barely hear you. Did you know it's so quiet out here? It's so wonderful to not hear this stupid blather. Hello? Well, this is troubling. Guess I gotta make a call. We cut to the Western Wolves Den, where Winston is told that one of their wolves was jumped by a pack of dirty red Eastern wolves. This is where we meet Eve, played by Vicky Loss, and she's quirky.
Quickly, bring him into the den. Winston, honey, whoever did this, let's rip his tail off and shove it down his throat.
In that Harold sort of way.
Winston and the Eastern Pack leader Tony then meet up to talk about their situation. And Tony is played by Dennis Hopper, and before I piss someone off, he does a fairly decent job for his last performance where he unfortunately passed away. But really nothing to write home about.
You know there's no caribou left in the east.
You got a problem.
Unite the packs, Winston. It was you who gave the big speech that your daughter Kate and my son Garth would marry and unite the packs.
Huh?
Who cares about the marriage? Just unite the packs, you racist dopes!
Wouldn't uniting the packs earlier have fixed all of your problems? Why delay it to have your daughter forced to marry a member of the Eastern Wolves? It just seems a tad unnecessary when all everyone really cares about is to have food and free range over the territory. Screw the marriage and just unite the packs!
That's our custom.
Oh, well, right. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Yes, and rather oddly, the fact that Winston kept the whole "you're forced to marry this guy you've never met before" doesn't come up in any real repercussions in the story. Kate doesn't even ask why he didn't tell her. But this is to show Kate's a very by-the-books and non-confrontational character, which at least shows she has some form of depth. The depth of a kiddie pool that's not close to main character material, but whatever. We then cut to the Omegas getting ready for the moonlight howl. Yeah, I don't really care. Let's go see what Kate's doing.
Kate, you look so beautiful. Now, if Garth gets out of line, take those beautiful teeth of yours, go for the throat, and don't let go until the body stops shaking.
Well, I guess motherly love excuses psychopathic outbursts.
We then cut to the moonlight howl and...
seriously? This is the greatest music I've ever heard in my life! Is there an entire CD full of these songs?
Indeedly so, sir. I'm Crazy Pete, owner and CEO of Crazy Pete's Wondrous Emporium of Bullshit Ideas and Days and Machina. Do you need magical moonbeams or bullshit ideas that make your movie seem more creative? Then call me Crazy Pete. Explosion. And I have just the thing for those howling song enthusiasts that we all know are out there. We have Crazy Pete's 101 Howling Song Collection volumes. Yes, we got a bunch of random bums off the street and have them sing these wonderful, wonderful songs that you can use for absolutely free. We have songs such as this. And this. And my personal favorite, this. Frank, are we seriously selling all these songs for such an outrageous price? This just seems completely unfair. Indeed, it is unfair. But for such a wide variety of music that incorporates stupid howling. I'm sure you'll pay $100, because if you don't, my loan shark will break my kneecaps again.
101 stupid fucking howling songs is also endorsed by dancer NERO. Order now. Trust me, that was way more interesting than anything in this movie.
Anyway, Kate meets Garth, played by Chris Carmack, and...
Humphrey!
Oh, my butt! My butt! Wow, that really hurt.
You should really do something about that cough.
Oh, Humphrey! I might as well just call you Humps, because that's really all you think about, isn't it?
So as Kate and Garth have their date, we see Garth as an egotistical asshat. Basically like a wolf version of Gaston, except less crazy and also... Now we get to see Kate's true colors as she completely ditches Garth and goes off to play with Hums and start to bitch about him.
Where's Barf?
It's Garth, and we're just taking a little break.
A break?
What? Is that so strange?
No. Are you kidding? I always like to take a break 10 minutes into a howl.
My god. Everything they say, I take it as a sexual innuendo because they use it so freaking often.
So, channeling the plot contrivance in the butt dart scene from Animals United and the drug out scene from Marmaduke, both Kate and Humphrey get shot in the butt with a dart and get a drugged out experience.
Thank you, first of all, but do you mean cute in like a rugged, kind of handsomely cute? Ow! Again with the butt.
I'm blurry and drowsy, but balladry beckons. Though I'll probably lose consciousness in 17 seconds. Don't know my location, I'm not sure that I care. But I think I'm in a jungle and I'm covered in hair. If you want to know why, please refer to the chart. I've been shot in the butt with a dart. I've been shot in the...
Alpha and Omega are then released into an unknown park and are obviously confused. So they go to ask the Duck and Goose versions of Eric Prince and Larry Miller playing golf where they are.
What? At least it's not as weird as a dinosaur playing golf.
After another example of this movie screwing the laws of its own world's physics, Larry and Prince tell the two that they are in a conservation reserve in Idaho. When Kate asks why they were brought there, Prince answers.
You were, relocated to, repopulate.
Ah!
Note to all future family film writers. take the lesson that we learned from the Cat in the Hat movie. Just because you have sexual themes in your movie does not mean it's a family movie. In fact, it makes it even more immature. Got it? Got it? Good!
Kate begins to freak out, and when Humps tries to ask why she's freaking out so much, she's completely ambiguous on what the trouble brewing at home is.
Hey Kate, I know this may not be a big issue for you, but why don't you tell Humps about the impending race war?
This is just so stupid. Not once in this whole movie does Kate ever say to Humps, "Hey, if I don't get home and marry this Aztec, my father and the dirty Eastern wolves are gonna kill each other, okay?" Why, I asked. This creates the wrong sort of drama you want, and makes Hump's future goofball moves all the more excusable, because he doesn't know about the upcoming war. And ignoring that, wouldn't more of a romantic conflict be formed if it was based around Humps rather selfishly trying to win Kate's heart, putting himself over the pack's well-being? That would be way more interesting than this crap. But no, Kate doesn't tell because complex conflicts are dull. Back with the Eastern and Western wolves, they are arguing on what happened to Kate when Eve does another wacky bit.
I want to say one thing. If any of you wolves have hurt my daughter, I will personally rip out your eyes and shove them down your throat so you can see my claws tear your carcass open!
Maybe if they had some build-up to these outbursts, it would be more powerful, but this is their usual psychopathic self. It's not really shocking anymore. So everyone decides to wait till the full moon before ripping each other's throats out. And during that, Garth and Lily will hang out, and obviously not form a romantic bond. Larry and Prince manage to sneak Alpha and Omega onto a trailer after another freaking humor physics breaking moment again, and travel to a gas station where Humphrey, of course, has to pee.
What's wrong with you?
I have to go.
You can't leave. Can't you hold it?
No, I can't.
Sex and piss humor. A match made in heaven. Well, obviously, the piss trip leaves both Kate and Hump stranded, but Kate is determined to press onward right into death.
Don't worry, Kate. It's all part of a plan.
I can see that.
Hey movie, you got dancing wolves and sledding wolves. I think maybe the wolf holding onto a rope with his teeth is a little bit too realistic for you. Back with Garth and Lily, the two are showing off their skills to each other.
What's this? It's turtle roadkill.
What else can you do?
I just do turtles.
Okay, it's my turn. You want to see something an alpha can do?
Would my mother approve?
Of course.
And with that, I'm out. Good night, everybody!
Well, astonishingly, Larry and Prince managed to secure another way back home for the two. A train heading right to their park. But that Humps! Oh wow, more sledding! Oh thank God, I was so missing wolves and bobsleds. Alpha and Omega then make it onto the train. And then it's a bright starry sky out in the night. So guess what?
Humphrey, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry. The moon, the moment, I just thought...
Oh, and to add to the whimsy of this ridiculous moment, Garth is taught by Lily, who he loves now but don't tell, you'll ruin the twist, how to not suck balls at howling. Oh, joy! fictional character that you came up in your hair department space. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go meet Moon and away.
But Crazy Pete, I love you! Oh my god, I've been in here too long.
Moving this dull love story along, we cut to the eastern and western wolves, meeting up for their race war, and it's all tense and filled with this serious atmosphere that actually wakes me up.
It's the full moon, Winston.
I can see that, Tony.
I didn't want it to come to this.
But here we are.
Stop the insanity! Go organic! Stop the insanity! Go organic! Stop the insanity! Go organic!
Yeah,
But wait! Kate and Humps make it back home, and with Kate's arrival and her proposal to Garth, the packs are united.
There was much rejoicing.
But Humps, after being cock-teased by this bimbo of a wolf throughout the entire movie, is left in the dust as Kate goes to marry Garth.
There was much rejoicing.
The next day, Kate gets some subtle hints that maybe she shouldn't go through with this, like being scratched in the tail by her sister that acts totally distant and resentful of her, most likely not because she's jealous of her marrying Garth. And Humps decided to go lone wolf on her ass.
I don't doubt that.
Marcel, I am a stickler for tradition, but this one I just don't understand.
Yeah, you and me both, Prince. Finally, we get to the marriage of Garth and Kate.
Huh? Kate, what are you doing?
I can't.
Can't. I mean, you can't?
Kate, why can't you marry Garth?
Because I fell in love with an Omega.
An Omega?
I'm not that surprised.
This is madness. This isn't our custom. This isn't our way.
And then have Spartacus' kicking joke, and then have the wolves attack each other. Yeah, still not awake. But how can anyone be bored when Alpha and Omega does the unthinkable and reuse the same plot point that they used at the beginning?
Stampede! Stampede!
Everybody, run! Run! To the sides of the valley!
So it seems the pack leaders are totally boned. So who can save the day?
Humphrey!
Kate!
Gas to the max! But how are they going to make it all the way down there?
How could I have possibly guessed that a plot point that has been so subtly implemented in the movie would have been used for the climax?
There was much rejoicing.
Real subtle. Oh woe, oh woe. It seems that Kate is dead. But maybe, just maybe,
Tell them how much you care. Tell them again. Say it. Shout it. Help us.
oh yes, it goes there. just have the wolf's tears fly off their faces and onto Kate's body while magical moonbeams beam from the heavens. And the mushiness factor will be repulsively complete.
Kate! I lost you.
Oh god, it's so beautiful! Alright, who gives a shit?
So Humps and Kate end up together, Garth and Lily end up together, and it all ends with howling.
Are you ready?
Oh yeah, ready.
This is the exact reason why they created Mute. Huh. I guess this box is a perfect representation for this movie. It's better than anything I could say about it.
Alpha and Omega is a lot of things cliche, unoriginal, and ultimately predictable, but I do have some good things to say on the movie. Looking at all the aspects of the movie together, you can see there is the makings of a really cute Romeo and Juliet story. But not with Humps and Kate. The romance of Lily and Garth is another story. Every time we see these two, they're very cute and you feel the romance and love truly build with them thanks to their polar opposite personalities and social standings. In contrast, Humps and Kate feel like a romance between two snarky rocks. Not very interesting to watch. Next is the overused sexual innuendos. Look, I didn't put on a Romeo and Juliet style animated adventure to hear constant reference to wolf sex, okay? Everything else, the rest of the voice actors, the animation, and the basic story structure is passable with a C-. I'll even give this movie a gold star for actually giving some tangential learning opportunities and giving us these hilariously bad howling songs. Overall, this movie is not offensively bad in any way. And if anyone wants to watch this predictable piece of nothing, be my guest. Oh, and if you're one of those that hate the hell out of this movie, unfortunately for you, this movie broke even at the box office, and that usually equals sequels.
So now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and die now, because no one can freaking hear me!
Shut up on that! I got an important tele call! Like, oh...
Wait! You can hear me?
Like, yeah, you're in a wooden box, it's not soundproof.
Then let me the hell out!
Like, okay, Mr. Minifans, one moment. Oh, and...
You placed something heavier on top, didn't you?
Yeah, I'll be back in like 2 hours. Say off, douche.
Vanilla! Vanilla!
Oh, like, yeah.
God damn it! Let me the hell out! I'd do anything if somebody just let me out!